Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Today's lecture is about a topic of chapter 2, structural organization of living organism, that is tissues. Basically, tissue is a group of cells which are similar in structure and function at present together. First of all, we are going to see plant tissue, which are of two types, meristematic tissue and permanent tissue. Meristematic tissues are those tissues which are dividable. All of the cells of meristematic tissue can divide and the number of cell increases and so the organism grow. They are small in size and having thin cell walls or thin walls, and nucleus is present in the center. Present in those parts of plants which are growing parts, that is root tips and shoot apex, and help in the increasing of the length of root and shoot by adding primary tissues. Permanent tissues are the cells which are formed from the meristematic tissue. These cells cannot divide or do not divide, and the walls of these cells are thicker than meristematic tissue, which enable them to maintain their size, as the wall is responsible for maintaining the shape. Permanent tissue can be classified into two groups, simple and complex tissue. Simple tissues are homogeneous, that means contains the similar cells or similar types of cell, and depending upon the type of cell they can be parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. And complex tissue are heterogeneous, means consist of more types of cell. They consist of xylem and phloem. First of all, we are going to see simple tissue. First kind is parenchyma cells or parenchymatous tissue. They are the living cells, and all of the cells in this tissue are equally expanded in all of the directions. They have intercellular spaces, means cells के बीच में spaces मौजूद होती हैं. They are not very tightly packed. They are present in the soft part of the plant, and the function of these tissue is to store food. Collenchyma or collenchymatous tissue are a bit elongated cells. Their corners is filled with cellulose and pectin, so their cell walls will be thick, and they are present under the few layers of epidermis of herbaceous dicotyledon. The last simple tissue type is sclerenchyma. They are very long tissue. They are the tissues consisting of long cells. They are narrow and thick walled and lignified cell, and because of the presence of lignin, they are dead and thus do not perform any function except providing the support to the plants. They are found in xylem and hard fruit coats. Here comes the complex tissue, which consists of xylem and phloem. Xylem and phloem are elongated cells which are similar to straw, and they consist of vessels and fibers. Xylem conducts water and salts from soil, which is absorbed through soil hair or root hairs to leaves, and phloem conducts food, which is prepared from leaves to various parts of the plant. In stem, xylem and phloem forms the vascular bundle, and in root, xylem and phloem are present separately. Types of permanent tissue on the basis of function. How we can divide permanent tissues depending upon the function. Epidermal tissues, which are rectangular in shape. They don't have intercellular spaces. They form the outer layer of root, stems and leaf. Stem and leaves epidermis consist of pores, which are known as stomata, and stomata perform the function of gaseous exchange, and they protect the inner parts of the plant. Then comes ground tissue. They are thin walled parenchymatous cells or parenchymatous tissue would be present there. They are formed from the meristematic tissue and present in all parts of the plants except epidermal or epidermis tissue and vascular tissue. Supporting tissue. As the name is suggesting, they will be providing support and rigidity to the plant. When the cells reach maximum size, their cell wall becomes thick due to the deposition of special material, that is most of the time lignin, and because of the deposition of lignin, they become dead. So they provide the function of rigidity and support because lignin is a hard substance, and that their presence provides support and rigidity to the plant structure wherever they are present. They consist of sclerenchyma and collenchyma tissues or cell types. Then comes conducting or vascular tissue. They are elongated cells which are consisting of vessels and fibers. They are most of the time straw in structure. Xylem conducts water and salts from soil to leaves, and phloem transport food from leaves to the various parts of the plant. Now we are going to see the types of animal tissue. The first one is epithelial tissue, which is similar to epidermal tissues of plants. They are present as a single layer and they are closely packed without having any intercellular spaces. They form the surface layer and underlinings of the tubular organs, and in glands wherever they are present, they are variously folded, means they are not straight in structure. Then comes connective tissue. Connective tissue, is the name is suggesting, connects the body parts, connects tissues and organs and provides support to them, bind them together as they have to perform the function. So they must be connecting to each other. So that connection is formed by connective tissue. They consist of ground substance, cells and fibers. Their range is quite various and large. They ranges from soft to very hard tissue. Soft tissue type example is fatty tissue, means all of the fats contain fatty tissues, and that is soft type of connective tissue. Cartilage and bones are the hard type of tissues, which are the example of connective tissue. And there is a special connective tissue which is fluid in nature, blood, and it is a tissue in which cells are suspended, which perform the function of transportation of material throughout the body. Then is the muscular tissue, which is muscular in nature, or muscles are the form of these type of tissue. They are elongated cells, and these cells have the ability to contract and relax. So all of the body parts which can move inside or outside of the body consist of muscular tissue. Then comes the nervous tissue, which consist of neuron or nerve cells, and these are the specialized cells which can conduct signals or messages in the form of electrical current. Nervous tissue or nervous system is made up of this tissue, so all of the nervous tissue made up nervous system, so they will be present in brain, spinal cord, and in the form of network present throughout the body wherever the nerve signals has to be transmitted. So that's the end of the lecture.